I think Robert Troy, our spokesperson on transport, has produced an aviation policy, and he has consulted with Niall Collins and others, and Willie D in terms of Shannon. The biggest problem we have with transport and aviation at the moment is the lack of decision making by Shane Ross. You mentioned Dublin. Dublin does need a second runway, but the planning restrictions around the first runway are so serious that even if you built the second runway, you'll be looking at 3 million less going through Dublin. And you know, he stalled on making a decision for the last 18 months on that. I don't think he gets to regions, Shane Ross, and I think that's a problem. I know there's been growth in Shannon this year, thanks to God. That's a very positive sign. And Shannon has a unique edifice now in terms of the authority. And I think both Shannon and Cork have a huge role to play in terms of if we're serious about rebalancing the country, and if we're serious about, you know, Dublin is absorbing by any definition, significant growth in GDP every year. I think it's 40% of Ireland's GDP is located in the Dublin region. I think London would be 20% of the UK. So it's out of kilter with how a country should develop. Shannon and Cork airports are key to both regions. In fact, the Cork-Limerick-Galway axis is the key to rebalancing the country, in my view. And that means the motorway between Cork and Limerick. It means stronger collaboration between the research facilities and universities across the region. And it means that will give you a counterpole to the East Coast. That is what is required. We can't do that if we don't have continued investment in the airports.
You spoke at the start of the interview about attracting a new FDI, and the strategic importance of Shannon to Limerick just cannot be underestimated. So it's one of the key selling points is the connectivity. So, you know, they want to be based here, but people want to come in, connect, they want connectivity to London, to the States, and they're the kind of companies that we're trying to attract, because we want to compete internationally. Even though we're a regional city, we want to get on the international stage, and Shannon is key to that. And one of the first things that I've actually done in my week after being elected as mayor is actually speak to the guys in Shannon and go, well, how can we prove the connectivity between Shannon and Limerick? And, you know, and then we're going to talk to Cork and Galway. But just to make the whole the ease of transport, so that people can get to Shannon, to Limerick, that it's a good place to do business, it's a good place to live, you know, and it's a good place to learn. So that's kind of what we're doing. And Shannon is a key. Shannon Airport is a key part of that. And it'll be a key part of the future.